BHVR just released their new dev update for the Castlevania update that's going to be coming out very soon. And they also revealed a roadmap of all of the next updates that will happen after. So, in this dev update, we got a lot of cool stuff. We got a dredge buff, which is pretty cool. They actually made the dredge quieter, which is great. And dredge will just be a whole lot faster. His teleport will be faster. Even just walking around with your remnant placed will be faster. So dredge will just be a lot better. And I'm excited to see if maybe more people will start playing him. Doctor's getting a buff to a static blast, which I think is pretty cool because it's literally just, it's just kind of outdated. It's just there. It's 60-second cooldown and you are so slow when you do it. So now you're going to have a shorter cooldown if there's no one in the radius. Your cooldown will be a little bit longer if there are survivors in radius. And your movement speed while you charge Static Blast is almost doubled, which is great. Awesome. Alright, Nemesis is getting a buff, and yeah, this is actually kind of interesting to me. So first of all, it's going to be easier to hit tier 2 as Nemesis, and you'll be able to do it in one single down. So if you hit someone with a Tentacle Strike 3 times, you will hit tier 2. So that's great, because a lot of people just really hated that about Nemesis. And his hinder on the first infection is actually 2 seconds now instead of a quarter of a second, which is going to be interesting. I really wonder how much that's going to change the amount of distance you get. Because honestly, as a survivor, I never even noticed the hinder. And then a whole lot of perks got adjusted, including Blast Mine, Wiretap, Chemical Trap, Mirrored Illusion, Dance With Me, Deception, Diversion, and Flashbang. Now all of these have a shorter cooldown. The perks can be accessed faster, so particular ones that need generators, you'll be able to get them faster. So flashbangs, you'll be able to get more flashbangs. You'll be able to use Blast Mine more, blah, 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 blah. Cool. They're going to high prestige in the lobby, which is great. I've heard mixed feelings about this. Personally, I don't really care, because I get tunneled anyways because I wear Legacy, but you know. Now, this is like the most controversial thing they've done. They are increasing the hook duration for each phase to 70 seconds instead of 60. This means that when you're on your first hook or your second hook, the amount of time you have until you reach the next phase is 10 seconds longer. Now, the reason they did this is because they increased the speed of generators, but personally, I don't think this is a necessary change. And I kind of think it won't be very healthy, being honest. I mean, it's just been so consistent, and I do think it'll make perks like Reassurance even more obnoxious to deal with. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it, but I'm personally not a fan of this change. And then they're actually changing scratch marks. So in this recent update, they actually did kind of change scratches. I did notice they were a bit more orange. So I wonder if they already did this or if they're going to look even more different. I don't know. From my experience, they look like the image on the right. But hey, you know, either way, scratch marks being more visible is great. And the last thing they did is they changed MIDWICH. Which, okay, wow. I can't believe they're changing MIDWICH. I kind of just thought that map was forgotten about. So they're removing the breakable walls in the bathrooms, which is great. This will actually let you go upstairs on that one side of the map, which is so frustrating because if you really wanted to go upstairs, you have to go all the way around. No, them removing these breakable walls is a great change. I'm so happy for that. They altered the layout of the hallways to reduce visibility. This might nerf Huntress. I know a lot of Huntress players like this map. This might nerf Huntress. This also might nerf Unknown, and I'm a little monka, dude. Hopefully it doesn't make Unknown too horrible to play on this map, because I already hate indoor maps, but hey, we'll see. And then they also added objects near the exit gates to reduce long-range visibility, which, you know, who cares? MIDWICH already has really close exit gates. I think you still have enough time to open the gate if the killer is patrolling them. Now, that's just the dev update. They also showed a roadmap of all the next dev updates. So all these changes we'll be getting in August, as well as the Castlevania chapters. So we'll probably be getting the Dracula killer, and I don't know who the survivor is going to be. I don't know anything about Castlevania, I'll be honest. And then they showed their roadmap. So on their roadmap, we got September through October. We'll get some more changes. And we also got the changes for November. For September through October, we're getting the finisher Mori. Before you get super upset, it's literally just a Cypress Mori. That's all it is. So cool. I don't care, dude. I really don't. I never use Moris anyways. Alright, killer tweaks. Skull Merchant's getting a change. Here we go. We'll see. The Unknown is getting a change. And wow, I'm kind of surprised about that. And I'm also a little scared. I'm a little surprised and I'm a little scared. So what would I change about Unknown? So a lot of people think that Unknown is balanced. I've heard most of the player base really like to go against Unknown. They think they're fun, engaging. And I certainly agree myself. I think there's a few small changes you could do to Unknown that would make him way more fun to play without really buffing him too much. And I'm gonna start with the weekend buffer. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically the mechanic where as a survivor, to get rid of your weekend status, you have to stare at the Unknown. This actually has a bit of a buffer. So you could turn your camera away and stop looking at him for, let's say, 1 to 2 seconds. And then look back again, and the bar will continue going down. It will not pause. This can lead to super frustrating scenarios where you as the Unknown can be behind a wall, but because they reach this threshold for the buffer, even though they're not looking at you and you're behind a wall, they will still lose their weakened status. And this can make playing Unknown so frustrating. It's basically like how Ghostface used to get put out of his power if you just spun your mouse in a circle. It's very similar to that. It's a little bit less as bad, but it's very similar to that. In my opinion, that is like the biggest flaw of the Unknown, and I think that is what needs to get changed. That mechanic is just, it's not very good. And a lot of people are saying blurry photo base kit. I'm not sure I agree. I don't think blurry photo needs to be base kit, but if they want to do that, you know what? Sure, why not? I won't complain because I like blurry photo. Okay, so the Unknown. Are they going to nerf him? I really don't think so, but hey, you never know with behavior, so hopefully they don't. Hopefully they have like just some quality of life, like smaller changes that make Unknown more fun to play as. That's really all I'm asking for. Just don't change him too much. And Hillbilly, a lot of people kind of agree that Billy got overbuffed. I like going against Billy because I don't see him very often, but I can understand where the frustration comes from. Overdrive can be obnoxious, and what I really wonder is if they change him, if they're going to change him in 2v8 again. It's a pretty funny thing to think about now. But yeah, I think Hillbilly's probably going to just get a few minor nerfs. They might change his, I don't know, they might change his curve again. Hopefully they don't make his curve, you know, too different so it just messes with everyone's muscle memory. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Twins are getting a change. Again, I got nothing, dude. I'm sorry. Twins are just, I don't think you can balance twins. I really don't. And I don't know. I don't know what you could do with twins. But yeah, I'm sure it's probably going to be more quality of life stuff for twins. I don't know what else they could do with her, honestly. Alright, perks like leverage, crowd control, distortion, and blood rush are getting changed in this update as well. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know what leverage does, and I'm gonna look it up right now. Leverage DBD. I just don't remember anything that happened around Skull Merchant release because it was just that bad of a time to play the game. So this perk basically reduces the healing speed and even self-care speeds of all survivors up to a maximum of 50% each time you hook a survivor. So yeah, this perk's kind of bad. It's almost like a lesser thanatophobia because you have to hook, but it's for healing instead. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this perk. Hopefully it's slightly better, but I still don't think people are going to use it. Crowd control is an interesting perk. I think it's a good perk, but I don't think it's a great perk. So I really wonder what they're going to do to fix it. I really don't know. They might make the window stay blocked for longer, or they'll rework it. I don't know. Distortion's getting a change, and everyone is so happy that distortion is getting changed. Unless you actually use it. And if you use it, I'm sorry. Goodbye. We'll see. Hopefully it's less frustrating to go against and to have to deal with on your own team. I personally hate distortion. I do not like going against distortion. I don't like playing with people who use distortion. I do not like its concept at all. And I just don't think it fits in the current state of the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. So hopefully it gets changed to be less frustrating for everyone. That's all I really ask for it. Blood Rush is getting a change too, which is actually kind of interesting to me. I like this perk, but it's so niche, and the scenarios where you can actually get value out of it are so few and far between. So hopefully what they do is they make it a little bit easier to use, you know? And then in November, we're getting more perk tweaks, including Pharmacy. I hope they revert Pharmacy back to the old one where any chest you open gets a green med kit and you don't have to be injured to get a green med kit. Scene Partner. I don't even know why his perk is getting changed. It's just a meme perk. What are they? I really don't know what they're gonna do to it. Weave Attunement, which is the killer perk that lets you see auras through walls near any dropped item. What I think they're gonna do is they're gonna make the item highlight for survivors, so it'll help them counter it, because in solo queue, this perk can be super frustrating to go against. As a solo queue player, the amount of times I've not been able to find an item, but I just know that I have the Weave Attunement status, it is so annoying. And I really hope they just highlight the items when you're in the effect. Shadowborn. This perk is just bad. It's the same with Lightborn. Like, yeah, you get blinded and you get a speed boost. Okay. It's reverse champion of light. I don't know what else they're going to do. Maybe they'll buff it. Maybe they'll buff it to make you even faster. I don't know, dude. Plague and Pinhead are actually getting changes too. I honestly don't even know like what changes Plague even needs. So I don't know, maybe quality of life or something similar to what they might do with Unknown. I don't know, man. I really don't. And Pinhead's also getting changes, and it's also the similar boat here. Like, all in my opinion that I think they need to do is have it so when you're opening the box as a survivor, you can't scream and get your whole animation canceled and reset. I've seen some pretty funny people doing it with Ultimate Weapon. So you open the locker, and then the person opening the box screams, and it resets their whole animation, and that just gives you a free chain hunt. I don't know. In my opinion, that's one of the only things that I think might need change, and it's just like a little frustrating thing you can deal with. But hey, at the end of the day, that's kind of just what Pinhead is. So, but yeah, that was Dead by Daylight's new roadmap, and I'm super excited. And I'm also super scared. I'm mostly excited for the Unknown changes. I hope they aren't a super bad nerf. I hope they really just tune up some of the more frustrating aspects of Unknown and make him more fun to play. I don't really think he needs too many buffs. I really don't. But yeah, if you disagree, yeah, you can yell at me. I don't really care. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Cool. Double team everything.